We're going to bring out all of the amazing cast members that are joining us here today. Please give it up first for Stefan Salvatore himself. Let's hear it for Paul Wesley.
Woo! What's up?
What's up, Paul?
I wish I wasn't the first to go because I'm the guinea pig. How do I do an intro? I don't even know. Do I see people? Hi, guys. So good to see you. Wave, turn. That's it. Hey.
That was actually perfect. That's as perfect as those intros have been. You set the standard now for everyone else, so now everyone has.
Well, Ian's going to be shirtless, so I don't know.
Oh, don't even promise the fans that, because if Ian doesn't come out shirtless, they're going to go into me. They're going to start.
I'm pantless. He's shirtless.
We're not making it happen. Let's see if he's shirtless. Let's bring out Damon Salvatore, Ian Somerhalder.
I just put my shirt back on.
Oh, we're sorry. Sorry, fans. If you were in the pre-meeting, we all saw him shirtless, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to save that for another day. Ian, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Let's get the rest of the cast out.
Thank you
Matt Donovan,
so
Flash, Ethan Maxwell. Let's hear it for Zach Roerig.
Yeah.
Come on, Zach. Where are you at, Zach?
Push it.
Oh man, Zach went probably. All right, we'll wait for Zach, everybody. Let's move on from Zach to your favorite. We've got two vampires so far. We were supposed to have a human come out. Zach will be joining us. Let's get our favorite werewolf, Tyler Lockwood. Let's hear it for Michael Trevino.
Woo! Hey!
Yes.
How's it going? Where are we? Are we here? Okay.
You did it.
I was gonna do a little hey type thing. I was gonna go.
It's so good to see you all.
There's no wrong way to do this, Michael. There's no wrong way to do this,
all right.
Unfortunately. All right, let's hear it for our favorite vampire hunter, Jeremy Gilbert. Let's hear it for Stephen R. McQueen.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Steven? Oh my gosh, not everybody even saw Steven in the pre-thing because he was in his one-on-one link. So welcome, Steven.
Yeah, I was on the wrong link. My bad, guys.
Vampire Diaries. No, it's all good, Steven. I was just saying it's cool. It's cool to have you all here in the same virtual room. Let's give it up next for Atticus, Shane, David, Alpay.
What? How's it going, guys? Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody. Hi, Ian, Paul, Michael, Steven.
What's going on, bud?
Where's Zach?
David Alpay.
Where Zach is.
Is he still on the plane? Has his plane landed yet?
Finally, the vampires got to him. The only human.
Zach's being, he's on the golf cart on his way to the convention hall right now. And he'll be here shortly. But let's bring him out. Dr. Wes Maxfield, Rick Cosnett, everybody.
He's a very
Dramatic pause. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, sexy beast.
man.
That's the hardest part, is just turning your camera on. And then
Look at that perfect chunk of hair.
Wow, that looks unbelievable.
Is everybody suffering from quarantine hair right now? Does everybody have crazy locks growing in every direction? Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Steven, have you been cutting your own hair again? Amazing. Oh my God.
Rick was definitely, I always remember thinking that he was a very sadistic and twisted man, but he was always the most handsome doctor I'd ever seen. And I said, remember when he was cast, I said, are people going to believe he's a freaking doctor? And then I saw him, then I did a scene with him, and he's really an amazing actor. And I thought, they're going to buy this. But
are you talking about Shane or me? Or
talking about
you, Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I know. I remember you said I was a creepy Ken doll. Which I thought was pretty fucking spot on, and then they put it in the script.
I like it. We're trying to get Zach out. Zach, if you can hear us,
I texted him.
Okay, perfect. Maybe it just took a longer break than we had anticipated, but that's okay. We'll get Zach out here in just a bit. This is the part of the fun of these virtual panels. Crazy times we're living in. But I just want to say, on behalf of the fans, there are folks watching from around the world, thousands on Twitch right now. I know there's thousands watching on Facebook and YouTube.
That wasn't a good. David, can everybody just wave? Look, give it a good look.
There he is. Zach Roerig, everybody.
Hey! Zach, you're in the shadows. We can't see you, man. Turn the light on.
Turn the light on.
That's a little better.
Zach, is that a virtual background?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, I think he's got one on there. It's kind of weird looking.
Yeah, it's like behind the windows.
Time
it's
for
like
me to get my virtual background going.
And Zach, you're also muted. So definitely unmute yourself as well. Or JC, there we go.
Hello.
Yeah, Zach Roerig, everybody.
Hello.
Zach, I gave you the best intro too out of all 6 of you, and you weren't there. No, I'm kidding. Ian, did you want to do a quick screenshot? Was that what you were setting up there for a second?
Well, that's what I was doing. I took a picture of everyone to just put on the media of social. So
yeah, that's a good idea.
Sure.
Media of social.
The media of social. Let's get started. There are a ton of fan questions. This has been our most popular virtual experience so far. And this is not a knock on the other beautiful shows and amazing actors that we've had so far. But this is number 1 in terms of fan attendance, fan interaction. There are thousands of people watching.
I set this up, people.
Ian, I don't know where.
Why do you think you're my virtual background? Because you set this up.
Me and John Mata set this up.
You know why we're selling some? It's the facial hair. People want
There's some good facial hair out there.
People want to see facial. People are curious. Like, what has quarantine done to your face?
We all look like adults now.
Yeah.
There's some good stashes out there. I see Michael and Zach have some nice.
Zach's got a great one.
Stashes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let me ask you this. Let's talk about the fans really quick, and because I want to make sure we get to.
That's why we're here. We're here for them.
Yeah, exactly. The show, 8+ seasons, 2 spin-off series, obviously with the originals and legacies, over 175 episodes, I think, 174, something like that in the original series. Millions of fans worldwide. And this is a question coming from a lot of fans, but specifically Jamie Brick and Francesca Straffis. I apologize if I butchered that. But what do you think first of the fans that like really just made this show come alive? Not only the fans of the original show, or not the original show, but who watched it originally, but also this group of now young folk, the daughters and sons of the original fans that are now reliving the series through Netflix and through binge watching and things. I would just love to hear a little bit about the reflection of the success of the show and what it's been like now that the show's over. I'm still feeling the love from all the fans out there.
I mean, yeah, it is crazy, right? When this show first debuted, we didn't have all those streaming platforms, and I never imagined, I don't know about you guys, but I never, maybe I'm just not that technologically savvy, but I never imagined that it would just keep regenerating itself. It's like, I just hope the fans aren't too scared when they see me now, and I'm. And they're like, wait a minute, are you Stefan's dad?
Paul, your abs are still like crazy chiseled, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
David, how do you know that?
Yeah.
I sent him a picture. I sent him a picture this morning of Paul's ads. Paul Summers, who was the DP on season 1 and 2, is crazy talented cinematographer, used to say, we would like look at the footage, or we'd be watching dailies at his apartment like 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's what we did. We were so focused on the show, and he would look and he'd go, "That's crazy. Paul has abdominal cleavage."
Those were the days. Never happen again.
No, but listen, guys, I will tell you, I think I speak for everyone when I say this. To get a show on the air is incredible. To get past season 1 is even tougher.
Yeah.
To build a global audience over the course of 8 years with a fan base that was so giving and loving and engaging we're in the top 1.1% in the world of entertainment, right? Yep. This is a 8-year run of a show. And so if the fans were to ask how we feel about them, well, not only do we have infinite amounts of gratitude for them, but we have so much love and appreciation for them by virtue of the fact that we got to go through this whole thing with them. By them watching, it kept us on air and it kept us all together in Atlanta, but pushed us to a level that very few get to appreciate. And from a story perspective, we got to tell these great stories, but now we get to continually live it. And because of streaming, so many young people, the show is still growing in numbers, which is crazy. So I mean, everybody chime in, but I just want everyone to know that we have immense gratitude and love for you guys, and hope that we have inspired you in any way, shape, or form as you have us. So thank you.
You're here.
Thank you. Yeah, gentlemen, other reactions? Obviously, Ian, not only the original show, but then with these spinoffs, the universe, right? The whole universe of the characters of these that were created in Vampire Diaries now going on with the original. And I know many of you have made guest star appearances on these new shows and continued it alive. I'd love to hear a little bit more, from the other gentleman here, just the fan impact. And even, again, from Rick, I know you joined late, right? Like season 5 or 6, somewhere in there. And then David, same as well. But the impact that your characters had for the 4, there we go. The impact that your characters had as well as you came in the series was huge and showed nothing but fan love and outpouring. So just more reflections from the other gentleman on the fans and them feeling the show.
It's funny. When I came in on,
I mean, it's crazy that you have fans follow you to 3 different TV shows. And Grant,
it's crazy. Awesome.
I was just saying it's crazy to cross over to 3 different TV shows playing the same character. What the hell?
That's crazy. Yeah, Rick.
What's going on?
Sorry, Zach. Trying to jump in too.
It's like Zach's mouth isn't moving, but his voice is coming over the speakers. We're having technical
issues. It's moving. It's just the mustache is covering the
that country bumpkin internet, man. I don't know what to tell you.
It's your face.
David, what were you, Alpay, what was I
saying? I don't know even. I was just saying that I came in on season 4, and that's right when Netflix, I think, adopted the show and started streaming. So there was a sudden, a second wave of people getting into the show because it was finally available and they could watch it from the beginning. But I remember Ian telling me while we were shooting, there were 400 million downloads of our show last year in China that are completely unaccounted for, but they have the numbers for it. So from the beginning, there was this incredible energy behind the show. The fans loved it from the beginning. And exactly. Thank you to the fans. Thank you guys for watching the show. Thanks for letting me be on the show for a year and tolerating my character. Never really knew if he was good or bad. So thank you. I appreciate it personally.
That's everybody, David. We never really know anybody's character.
Yeah. It's hard to be the mean ones because no one ever hates you. But I no one knew me obviously before I was on the Vampire Diaries. And I remember when I was just announced that I was on the show and there was only a picture of me. And I was with my sister and her friend at the Roosevelt pool. And I looked on my Twitter and there was just, you couldn't refresh enough. Everyone saying they loved me. I couldn't get over that. Like such a strong word. They'd never even seen me on screen and they're already 100% behind me, So that's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Michael, Stephen, you were with it from the beginning, and I know have recently come back as well in the last couple of years on the new series. What's it like for you, just knowing the outpouring of love?
Yeah, I think for me, and Paul touched on it. It's at the time there were no streaming platforms, and because of Netflix, people, in different age demographics, even though it's not airing now, they'll watch it, and it's still brand new to them, and so. Now everybody has their own social media platform, but I find it very interesting because before, when I was, younger, there was only, maybe if there were reruns, that's when you were able to see the show.
Sure.
And now it seems like it will forever be going and people will forever be, interested in the show and catching on to it, so it may last for generations, and for generations, I will be known as Tyler Lockwood. Everywhere I go, I'm like, Tyler? And I'm like, okay, yeah.
It's great. It's like having done a few of these fan conventions. It's a really unique and special opportunity to meet the fans in person because when you're doing a TV show, it's not like theater. You get to see the audience. Through the fan conventions, we get to see the audience. Maybe not so much today, but in general, we do. And it's never who you think it's going to be. The audience for the show is so vast. It is so many different demographics. It's so many different kinds of people from different backgrounds. I think that's really important. I think that's something to notice. That it's not just like teenagers. It's not just,
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's kind of cool though, like, you know, because of obviously the world events, we are doing this now on Zoom, and it's a bit trial and error, whatever. But you know, obviously we can't see the fans right now, but there is something kind of amazing about it because we sort of can do this more often, you know, and we can, you know, in the meantime, you know, there's something kind of that makes the world a little bit more connected, even though we're more isolated. You know, it's pretty wild stuff. I don't know. I just thought of that, like, how great it is just to like be at home, but then still sort of, you know, wave to the fans and say, hey, and take questions. And I don't know. I think it's kind of fantastic, actually. I love this. I'm in.
Yeah. All right.
Let's do it every day.
I mean, people would show up. I can't even follow the feed because of how fast it's going right now in terms of the amount of people that are just like, emojis, we love you. My gosh, this is my favorite thing. It's so cool. And you have to go back and watch. And it would be awesome, I think, to like this. Today is going to be a fun little celebration with all of us here. But I think it'd be awesome to come together and bring it character by character or season by season, get everybody in here. You know what I mean? And really break it down. But Stephen, I know you started to say something a little bit there. And I know, again, internet's always the thing, but we're getting by it. And you're right, Paul. We're almost getting more connection now. I think with people that wouldn't normally get to a convention. But yeah, Stephen, what'd you start to say there?
No, I was just gonna say, sci-fi fans, they're the best fans in the world. Yeah.
Very cool. And Zach, we can hear you all right. Zach, I think we can hear. I think you're just a little delayed, and so like when you start, it takes a couple seconds, but we can hear you all right down there. So.
I'm sorry about that, guys. It's this Ohio country bumpkin internet. I've got full bars, but it's just not. It's not coming through.
Are you in Ohio right now?
Yeah, I'm in Ohio, man. I've been doing some bee farming. You know.
Hey, all right.
Oh, nice. Bee farming.
Yeah, I've got like 680,000 bees right now.
680,000.
Yeah.
Are you making honey?
Yeah, I'm making honey. I went big. Yeah.
What flavor? What kind of is it? Clover honey?
It's wildflower honey. I just started some clover honey on another farm, but
wow.
I mean, bees are fascinating, dude. And lately, like isolating.
Did you see that movie?
No, what movie?
It won the Oscar, actually. American Honey. Oh no, not American. Sorry.
That was American
Candyman.
No,
I know what you're talking about.
It won the Oscar for Honeyland.
I'll have to watch it. I'll post some photos. I've been working with the hives like without a suit because right now all they care about is making honey and making brood and like making more bees. So in the fall I'll put my big suit on, but I've just been like handling them, you know, and just kind of going at them with ease.
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Zach, I can't believe I'm going to say these words, but I can't wait to taste your honey.
Well, it will be for sale, but I'll give you a freebie, huh?
Freebie?
No,
Unintended.
It's a business. We got to support each other. It's a business.
Yeah,
that was a great pun. A free bee.
We got it, David. We got
it. Keep going.
Yeah.
No.
This is earlier is that the fans make it possible that our characters can we can go through 3 different shows playing the same character and walk on feeling established on a new show where they're not very established. And you walk on like, I'm Matt Donovan. I'm now a sheriff. I started out as a high school player. It's just kind of crazy that the character could grow through 3 shows. And technically our characters are still out there, you know?
Yep.
You can pop in Legacies at any time. So.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Well,
they killed me twice, bro.
Yeah.
You can always come back.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Vampire Diaries. Anyone can get resurrected. Let's be honest, if they need to. That's a good segue, though, because a lot of fans are super curious during these times because there's obviously not a lot of filming going on and things. So a lot of fans are curious about what you just all are up to during this. So, Zach, we heard a little bit of your beekeeping. Literally the number one question, and I am not even joking, and I'm going to shout out to all these fans because I want to make sure we get their names in. Rose Payne, Stacy Cunningham, Denise Alcott, Alice Grusbeck, Cheryl Hafner, Shirilus Napolitano, butchered it, from Italy, Cindy Crosswaith, official Somerhalder, all want to know about this. All they care about is the bourbon. We don't want to talk about the show. They just want to know about the bourbon. So I want to hear about the bourbon, and then I want to hear from the other gentlemen as well. Any interesting hobbies you picked up? We already see Zach beekeeping currently. So let's talk about the bourbon a little bit. What started that? When it's for sale? What's going on? And then I want to hear from the other guys as well, just like what you're up to during this time.
We got.
I've been seeing more in Somerhalder lately than I have when we were working together, because we've been working on this bourbon thing. We live pretty close to one another as well, unfortunately. And so we socially distance, but we see one another, and we've been working on this bourbon thing. Ian, you want to just say a few words about it?
We're starting like a bourbon company?
Pretty much.
Hey, all right. Well, you know.
That's why, by the way, that's what
you got a guinea pig.
Yeah, there you go.
When I know when Zach offered free honey, I said, no, we've got to support each other. Paul and I are
honey flavored bourbon.
Paul and I are we're really in it, and this is something that we wanted to do for years and years. But we were all working our asses off in the show, and by virtue of not having enough time, we wanted to wait until we actually had the time to really put our best foot forward. This is not a small thing to do. This requires a year of design and a year of prep. It requires millions of dollars, to put this into place. And that's what we're doing right now. And it's really special. Paul and I are literally working on this at 1 a.m, and then I'm up at 5:45 or 6 o'clock every single morning busting ass. And what we wanted to do was, and you guys have all been a part of this sort of amazing ride. Zach, all of us have spoken about, Zach and I spent a lot of time out, like on the lake together, and rides together and stuff. And brown spirits is such a part of our life. So we created this bourbon, and we wanted it to be very special. It wasn't just Paul and I slapping our names on something. We actually went in and created something that was so specific. And what we wanted was we wanted an even sensory proportion, meaning like when the bourbon first hits your mouth, you want the same ride, right? Different flavor profiles expose themselves over different parts of your palate. And then once it goes away, we wanted this like sweet, wonderful nuance, not something that was going to punch you in the face.
And we really tasted so many bourbons and blended, and it was, it was a process, and we finally came up with a blend that is so smooth. And it's for us, like, just really quickly, so I don't want to spend this whole time talking about bourbon. But like, just really quickly, the whole thing between Stefan and Damon, when the bourbon was a symbol of their, kinship and their bond, and it's for us, like, we want to create a spirit that it brings a sense of community, where you have a bourbon and you light a fire and you're connected to whomever you're having this bourbon with. And like, that's sort of like that's the connection for our characters, and that's the connection that we want to sort of put forth out there with the community.
Yeah. And by the way, this is a year straight of Paul and I moving and blending and traveling, and it's been just really amazing. And so
Ian, when are we announcing our name and everything, which we obviously have?
Toward the end of the hour, I'll make sure that this one doesn't have the label on it, but this is this bottle that we hand selected. This is our amazing juice, but this is this gorgeous bottle. It's super robust and like looks like a piece of art, And at the end of the hour, when everyone's sort of had a blast, we'll reveal the name and the label. We're socially distancing, and I took all the bottles from Paul because I wanted to do some work. So he
do some work, yeah.
Well, we were supposed to do it together and hold up our bottles, but I took them all from Paul. But at the end of the hour, I can't. Right. Look, we haven't revealed this to anyone. There's like 5 people that knows the name of this and the look of it. Every single aspect of this we designed ourselves. Cool. So I can't wait to show it to you.
Yeah, I'm with Steven. We need to have like a Zoom tasting. You know what I mean? Give everybody a bottle. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Besides all the amazing bourbon nuanced chat and talk and bees, again, honey bourbon was brought up. Zach, you guys got to do a collabo once it becomes famous.
They are Italian bees.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Ooh, Salvatore bees.
Salvatore bees. Other gentlemen, David, Steven, Michael, Rick, any other like interesting hobbies or things you've been doing sort of past the time during all this?
For me, a lot. Yeah, I've been, you know what? I just beat this isolation lockdown. I got into camping. I haven't been camping since I was a kid. And I was like, you know what? Let me invest in, some camping gear. And,
where are you camping at?
Well, Idlewild and just past Indio so far. I've gone out 2 weekends. And so I'm getting into that whole world of camping and just kind of getting off the grid. And, so I've done that safely the past 2 weekends.
A tent or like a Winnebago?
No. I got to be honest. I'm sleeping in the Jeep. I got an air mattress for the Jeep, so kind of car camping. But
that's awesome.
Boiling, cooking my own food, so I'm just going off, and it's been really nice. And if not camping, and I know Paul and Zach appreciate this. I've been riding motorcycles again. I got my license 10 years ago, but I haven't ridden a bike in maybe 6 to 8 years. But because nobody's out on the roads, I started renting a couple bikes. I got my dad's old bike, a '99 Harley Softail that I started riding. So I got a BMW right now. So I'm just trying out different bikes right now because there's not many cars on the road. Sure. Just taking off right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Those are my hobbies.
Cool. Thanks.
Oh, me? I've been working with an organization called Thirst Project, and they build water wells in rural areas around the world.
Awesome.
So I went with them to the Kingdom of Eswatini recently. We visited 12 pre-existing wells and then built one. Yeah.
That's dope,
awesome.
Steven.
That's
so
cool,
what do you? So you guys? So they're building. It's a fund. I mean, it's an organization. Is it a nonprofit?
Yeah, nonprofit.
How many wells have you done?
All together. Myself, I've funded a couple and then built one. And then the organization as a whole, a good amount. But they're through India, El Salvador.
That's awesome.
What was the name of it again, Steven? Just for everyone watching.
It's called Thirst Project.
Thirst Project.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it's great. It's fun. And you see that they make a big difference. I got to see it firsthand and it was incredible.
Sick.
So good.
Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this past Sunday, and there's still a link to it. You can find it on my Instagram page under bio. We did a stage reading of Our Town to benefit the Frostig School in Pasadena. It's a special education school. And we raised a lot of money. We raised $4,200 through this staged reading using Zoom, people coming in and out. It was really fun. Annie Potts, Amy Brenneman, a bunch of amazing actors, Lee Ehrenberg. And it's fun. People can still watch it. It'll be on for like a couple more days, and then they're going to take it off YouTube.
Cool. That's good. That is badass.
We're all finding ways to adapt to this strange thing that nobody had planned for.
It's a great point.
Yeah. And there's no wrong way to do
Ian
it.
planned for it. He's in his bunker. Look at him.
Well,
yeah. I'm in my Airstream, man. I'm like, this thing goes, and like we live. You just put this thing anywhere, and we live. We get our own water, power, food. It's pretty incredible.
But Ian knows about bunkers. He was on Lost.
I do. You know what?
The Airstream rocking, don't come knocking.
It was the 10th anniversary of the finale show the other day.
Yeah.
And I had an amazing hour and a half call with Damon Lindelof, just asking him advice. I mean, all of us have gone off and done stuff, and now becoming a television producer and doing my own show and stuff. It's hard, and you need advice from your mentors. And I'm just grateful that when Damon did Lost, right? He was the co-creator, showrunner of that show. He was, I think you guys just lost it. I remember because he was 6 years older than me. He was like 30 years old. And he was 31. He was running that show.
Wow.
Mind-boggling. So he's a mentor and a deep brother, and we've been obviously brothers for 16 years. So it was pretty amazing to be on the phone with him in this whole thing. But anyway, sorry, Rick, keep going.
Yeah, Rick, what are you up to? The fans are curious.
Well, I've been doing a number of things. I'm helping people get relocate countries and get their specialty visa. But what's something that's not like so grand or pretty something is pretty silly. My friend and I have been playing these South African housewife characters for about 15 years, Jill and Sue.
Oh.
And Jill and Sue are now on Instagram. We have an Instagram called at the Vaucluse Daily, which is a suburb on the harbourfront in Sydney, and they get up to things, very, very petty fights about the crows and the trees, and it's very much taking off South African white South Africans who have moved to Australia, and there are a lot of them.
What's the address? I'm trying to find it right now.
What's it called?
It's called at the Vaucluse Daily. Vaucluse is spelled VAUCLUSE. It's a suburb right in the harbour, like that has the best view, and the richest people live there.
Oh, wait, no, I see an actual. Hold on, what? How? These are.
So basically, it's a Snapchat filter that turns you into a woman.
Wow!
And so we don't have the budget, so we're like, this is perfect. And we live in Australia.
I like how you segued, Rick. Rick, I like your segue from like I'm helping people like relocate to another country, important thing, and then also I'm playing a woman with a Snapchat filter.
That's really funny, man.
I'm a good person, you guys.
I'm a good person.
I'm basically Jill.
Oh my God. Well, let me talk about this. I think what we've learned so far is that you're all great human beings. You know what I mean? And we fell in love with you as your characters on the show. But clearly all of you are just good men that are doing good, awesome things in the world. So we thank you for that. And I wonder, this is a question just to get some more fans in there from Eldis Damon on Twitter, and then also Oro Rataralis. What do you think it was about Vampire Diaries that changed your life or shaped your life, or what's something that you have carried away from the series that you think has now impacted you as human beings to this day?
Go. There's so much. There's infinite amounts of it,
Yeah.
The platform we built to be able to help people or change the world or build our families, or what I mean. You guys got to take this. There's so many aspects. I have to get a charger. Don't move.
On a very kind of like simplistic level, for me, like I'm kind of learning to appreciate life right now a little bit, slowing down a little bit. It's been a hectic past decade, quite frankly, and obviously we're in very unfortunate times, and there's a lot of people who are suffering. So I certainly don't want to diminish that. But at the same time, we're all forced to slow down a little bit. And because it's been such a wild ride, I'm sort of like, really just taking time to reflect and think and appreciate what I did have. I think a lot of times we take everything for granted. And, this is an opportunity for me to slow down and go, whoa, okay. What just happened? How did this all, and because it was such a phenomenally unique experience. And when you're working really hard for 8 years, you sort of, you don't really put your head above the water. You're sort of just like swimming, and it's like, I'm sort of like now kind of like just becoming objective about it for the first time, and really grateful that people still care and want to listen and want to, see what I'm up to and all of that. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, could you repeat the question one more time?
Just what was it that you feel like you took from the series that has led to, anything as a change for you as a human being kind of now? Anything that you left with the series?
I would say same thing as Paul. I kind of like, you kind of work nonstop, and then having time to yourself is nice. Like for myself, travel has been a big thing. And I got to see like a bunch of cool places recently, like Nicaragua, Haiti, Cambodia, and Kingdom of Eswatini, different parts of South Africa. So for me, it's travel.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think for me, and it all goes to the fans. I mean, when I'm being a part of Vampire Diaries, you know, whether I asked for it or not is giving me a platform.
Yeah.
And what I have found is that, well, on one side, I learned so much during the years on Vampire Diaries that I think it kind of was like a prep school moving forward of things to do and things not to do on the next TV series that I'm on or the next movie. And so I'm forever grateful for that. But on top of that, you know, all the, you know, charity work that we're able to do, you know, if I'm not seeking it out, it's just as easy as people hitting me up saying, hey, do you want to get involved with this? Can you help out? And then I just educate myself on whatever cause that's about. And, you know, that's a good thing. That's nice. And I don't think that would have been, you know, possible for me to be put in that position to help if it wasn't for Vampire Diaries. And I have to say that I know we all do charity work, and that's, you know, that's just a good thing overall.
Awesome. Zach, one thing that stands out to you, or something that you feel like you took from the series that you continue to inspire?
You know, I would kind of concur with everybody. You know what Paul said. Sometimes you don't appreciate what you have when you're in the midst of it, and yeah, pulling my head above water and being able to slow down and realize how precious time is. Especially, you know, some of us have kids and then they grow up really fast, and so when you're not on the set, you know, 12 hours a day, stuff like that. Ohio internet. Sorry, it's thunderstorming here right now. But anyways, yeah, just appreciating time more. And again, like Trevino said, learning certain values and what it takes to really make a successful TV show. And to have a, you know, kind of have a certain sense of integrity about you. So I learned a lot of that from these guys on the screen. So
very cool.
Thanks, man.
Integrity is a great word. I think that's a great word just to describe the show, right? All the characters, that's what they're all sort of seeking, is that validation, you know what I mean? But then having that integrity and their humanity, you know, they're vampires, they're supernatural characters, but at the end of the day, they're all looking for that humanity, like you said, which is why I think it's so cool that all the characters have, you know, those different layers and such. Can we do a fun one? So we've got about 5 minutes left here. And I didn't mean to cut off that question, but I just want to let the fans know that, you know, this has been awesome. This has been so great. We're going to continue to do these and really break it down so we can have more time intimately with, you know, each cast member, each set of characters. We didn't get to a lot of like the nitty gritty questions of the series. And we know you have so many fan theories and questions of, you know, what happened here and why did this character make this choice? We want to just say a shout out to all the fans out there. Thank you for showing your love continually for the series, but then also all the action that's happening right now in the feed is off the charts. So thank you to the fans.
Mike, don't we go to 1 p.m.?
Yeah, no, we've got some time. We can go a little bit longer. Yeah, for sure.
We were also kind of late. I was like 7 minutes late. Like
For sure. No, let's keep going and let's see how many we can get to. I think I'm just shouting out and just making sure they know that we do want to wrap before the top of the hour because we do have the individual one-on-one chats that are going to be going on. We know these are tough times, but if you are able, you know, give yourself a treat, give yourself a birthday gift or give someone else one and take advantage of those for sure. And we will for sure have some more of these. But let's keep going 100%. I want to get to just some fun questions because the fans always want to know some fun facts from you all. So this is from Amanda Dosis. If a lot of supernatural characters on the show, is there a supernatural character that you would want to be in real life? We'll go around the room, and it doesn't have to be a long answer, but what is the supernatural character that you, not necessarily from Vampire Diaries, but just in general? Okay.
I'll kick this one off.
Go for it.
I've been reading a lot of Alan Moore. He wrote like The Watchmen, V for Vendetta, and one of my favorite things he's written is a character named Swamp Thing. And it's very nature-esque and it's very poetically written. So that would be my answer.
Swamp Thing, nice, good.
I mean, I'm from Louisiana. I didn't even come up with that. What about you, Paul?
I played when I was 19. Like one of the first shows that got picked up for me as an actor was this show where I played a shapeshifter. I was like a young kid who turned into a wolf at night, or I don't know. I think it was at night. I don't remember now. But it's an old folklore, shapeshifter folklore, and I really loved it. There was something really rad about it. I know Trevino played a werewolf, but like there was something so interesting about that kind of like old folklore of shapeshifters that turn into animals at night. Like it was creepy. It was kind of Twin Peaksy, and I dug that. I'd like to revisit that actually.
I honestly, I mean, look, even if he was such a douchebag at times, I really just would just stay as Damon and just make better choices. The guy really he really just owned shit. You know, I mean, he had a great time. I'd probably spend like maybe a little more time in Washington or at the UN or places like using that compulsion, you know, where he could just look in your eyes and tell you whatever to do. But like, you know, he had a 69 Camaro. He had a massive, gorgeous house with a wine cellar full of like 1956 like Chateau Cheval Blanc. Like he was crushing.
He was crushing it. I like it. And you know, and I think I would stay there. And you know, now he's got a bourbon. You know? I like it. Good answer, Damon, but with better life choices. Makes sense.
Damon with better life choices. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned DC. Tracy Flowers had a question about if you could compel anybody in the world, who would it be? I think you just gave your answer there, Ian. You'd take on Washington with your compelling powers.
Yeah,
you don't have to get super political, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, not even be political. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. There is no aisle. It's all pretty screwed up, and I just think that people don't make the best decisions. And I would like to. Now, coming from a guy, Damon, who doesn't make the best decisions, I think he could compel or maybe encourage people to make better decisions than what they're making. That's all.
Yeah, cool. Other gentlemen, other favorite supernatural characters that you'd want to play?
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Nice.
You'd never run out of marshmallows.
Going Ghostbusters, all right.
Want some marshmallows?
That was a great scene. He's like, clear your mind. Clear your mind.
And it's the first thing he thinks of is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That's
first
insane.
Yeah.
Is being
sorry.
Go for it, bro.
I'd probably play Cobalt Blue on The Flash because I need to be employed again.
Yeah, I heard that was great.
Yeah, I would. Is a Ninja Turtle supernatural?
I think we could count that.
Yeah,
I think it's
great answer.
Yeah, if we're counting Stay Puft.
I think Michelangelo. Yeah.
Wait, which one was he?
What was that?
Which one was he? Michelangelo.
The orange nunchuck.
Cowabunga, dude.
That's one. That guy. I mean, they're just they're skateboarding, they're kicking ass. Like, yeah, I'll be Michelangelo. One of the.
Is he the one with those little tridents? Those little.
No, that's Raphael.
That's Raphael. Yeah, that's Raphael.
Plus, Splinter kind of had like a Yoda quality about
him.
He
did. Yeah, he did. He's very zen. Very zen.
Yeah.
For a rat.
For a rat.
That's right.
Zach, supernatural character. We've got
man.
Yeah, we've got from Damon to Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So the you can pick anything you want.
Well, I think the cool ones have been taken. I always kind of wanted to be a werewolf. So
yeah.
Something cool about it. The creature of the night, waking up in the morning in a cold sweat.
What'd you say, Ian?
They travel in packs. I mean, they're not taken.
Yeah, true.
Just zip each other.
You can be like the Michelangelo of the wolf pack. I'll let you have it, Trevino.
Yeah.
This sounds like a hybrid spin-off series. I think we could bring in Rick's Snapchat character, and then we see you all playing your supernatural characters. People would watch. We have. There's.
What about you, Alpay?
Me, Stay Puft all day.
Oh, Stay Puft. Duh.
Yeah, the Marshmallow Man.
I thought that's so funny. You just said Stay Puft, and I for some reason thought that was actually me, but I said Damon. God, Damon. So that's
today. Ian's been in there working all day.
Yeah.
He took all the bottles from Paul for research.
It's not even one yet.
He's devoted to his craft, people. He's devoted.
He's got a good palate.
But
it's so smooth.
I definitely will have a little bit, but I know we have to do meet and greets. But you know,
let's see it.
Paul and I wanted to share this, and this is like such a major, big deal. This is like literally years in the making, years in barrels. Year of us not sleeping so much and designing. It has a neck tag, but it has a neck tag that we have two different versions, and the version that's going in the final production version is upstairs. But this is what we intend to build a tremendous amount of community around, and it's smooth as the day is long, and we have been busting our asses on this. And the name of this bourbon is called
Drum roll.
Brothers Bond.
Very nice.
Well done.
Very good.
Brothers Bond bourbon.
Beautiful. I love it.
Really, the aesthetic of it and the feeling of it is really special to us, and I think that everyone's going to like this. And we're in talks with literally the biggest retailers in the world, the biggest distributors in the world, the biggest hotel chains in the world, the biggest everything you can imagine as far as categories of properties or distributors or retailers. Paul and I are in, with the heads of these companies, and it's really substantial and it's amazing. And
well done.
We look forward to you guys trying this and obviously helping support us in this venture. We would like to do with Zach, and this is our baby. Other than Vampire Diaries, this is the full extension and the distillation of 10 years together and this experience. So there you have it.
Very
Brothers
cool.
Bond, maybe.
Brothers Bond. You heard it here first, everybody. Thank you so much for busting that out. Again, it shows not only the love from all the fans, but all the love that you all continue to share with the fans. I think fans really appreciate it. Not every actor has to go out there and answer all their DMs and respond to their fans, but I know all you all do. And I speak on behalf of all the fans. So I say just thank you for that. It's very nice. And to Paul's point from before, connections have been stronger. We thought we'd all be separated and kind of split, but I feel like connections have been really growing. Sure, it's over this digital medium, but it's the best we can do right now. So
it feels really great,
Yeah, no, it feels very natural. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I've talked to my family a lot more than before. You know what I mean? Not before, but just more connectivity with folks around the world. So really,
Mike, thank you to you and Wizard World too for setting up this free panel for the fans.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of, for the fans watching out there are obviously a lot of paid experiences, but a ton of that, I can't speak for every actor, again, is going to someone's charity or will go into a pot that will then support a charity or a fund. So definitely take advantage of that if you can. We know it's tough and not everybody can. So that's why we're doing these free ones here. And please show the love out there. We know it's going to come up, but if we can do more of these with different folks and, let's bring those strong, powerful women on the show that were on Vampire Diaries. Let's get them out here as well. But I'd like to wrap things up. I'm going to do a quick shout out to all the fans that asked questions that we didn't get to specifically.
Yes.
So let's start. I'm going to rattle them off. Let's hear it for Jamie Brick, Francesca Straffis, Angie Holt Christian, Samantha Green, Laura Capo, Christian Boychek Senator, Sid Wong, Tracy Flowers, Amanda Dosis. It goes on and on. But a lot of the fans are asking just about your continued participation in the series. Obviously, there's been a lot of chatter about season 9. We don't know, we don't know what's going to happen with that, but we do know that there's 2 excellent spinoff series, the Originals and Legacies that are still happening. So I'd love to just kind of wrap up. Any word from those of you who are still involved that you might be making an appearance on one of these upcoming shows, or just any sort of reflections on your characters moving forward. And then let's just do a quick shout out to the fans. I want to make sure you all get a nice little break before your one-on-ones. So let's just go around the room. Again, anything you're working on, whether it be non-Vampire Diaries related or Vampire Diaries related, and then just a quick shout out to the fans, and then we'll wrap here and head to those one-on-one video chats. Whoever wants to
I'm working on Bourbon and my functional drink company, Immortal Rituals, and V-Wars, and raising a beautiful child and family, and just living.
Yeah, very cool. Thank you, Ian.
And I thank you so much for being here to do this with us. Truly, thank you.
Yeah. I won't get into work stuff, but what I will say is that I'm working on this guy right here.
Uh-oh.
You painting?
This is my baby I rescued.
Yay!
This is my boy. His name is Gregory.
Sweetest baby boy.
He's my boy. I love him with all of my heart. Look how big his paws are.
He's getting big. Those are big.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is that?
3.5, 4 months. He's a rescue. Someone left him in front of a dumpster in front of the shelter with 5 other siblings, and we fostered 3. Found homes for 2, and this is the guy we're keeping.
Nice, man.
He's half lab, half shepherd pit, Rottweiler, a few other things, and I just love him. Okay, that's it.
All right, everyone else has to follow a puppy, so good luck.
Yeah. How come I don't have any dogs or cats? Come on. All right, well, I'll go. To be honest, working on Jill and Sue has been amazing, and this is getting kind of serious, but this book is absolutely incredible. And I've really been like deconstructing my white privilege over this time, and it's something that's really kind of close to my heart. If everyone's wondering who to follow, I follow Sean King on Instagram, who is just phenomenal. It just lets you know what's going on and how white people don't want to talk about this topic. It even makes me nervous talking about it right now. So
that's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Pleasure. Also, am I the only one who actually took their pants off?
Oh, man. Tilt your cameras down. No.
I got mine.
My very first director on the Vampire Diaries was Josh Butler, and he and I just collaborated on a little film project in quarantine, which was kind of genius. And it's called Red Room, and it was his sort of brainchild, and look out for that. It could be kind of interesting.
Hell yeah, man.
Nice.
I ran into him a bit ago. How's he doing?
He's doing good. He's doing great.
All right.
I love him.
He's got a brilliant mind, that guy. That's for sure.
Who's next? All right, I'll go. Well, I just want to say, I want to thank Wizard World and everybody who's watching this right now and who's doing the meet and greets and everything. We appreciate all of you. And this is really cool to, I haven't seen any of these guys in a while, so this is really nice to virtually see you all and check in.
What's going on, buddy?
I think I'm gonna just go out with, I'm working on a show called Roswell, New Mexico right now, and it's on Monday nights at 9 on the CW, so check that out. So it can get more seasons, and then I can eventually direct. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to all the fans, Wizard World, for putting this together. And, I think everyone should just give themselves a pat on the back. I think that we kind of doubt ourselves as a species sometimes, but in times of great turmoil, we come together, 9/11, many other things. So this is great. Paul hit it on the head with we maybe become closer while we've been apart. So thank you very much. And I'll talk to you about work stuff later.
No worries.
Yeah,
No, just building wells. Cheers.
That's awesome. Queen building wells. That's badass.
I keep busy.
Well, thank you again. I know I speak, there's thousands of fans watching around the world that might, hopefully we get back to physical convention soon, because it's great to see folks in person, but I know there's folks, not only because of distance, but disability that aren't able to attend those, and they're watching at home. We've been talking a lot with them on social media. So they say their thank you as well. Again, saying thank you on behalf of all the fans out there. Amazing show. If binge it for the 3rd or 4th time, it's all on Netflix sitting right there. And then we also have the Originals and Legacies to look forward to. So thank you all again, gentlemen. The bourbon is Brothers Bond. The bees are Italian. Sorry, Ian. Take us home. Go for it.
If you go to, we set up just an interim static page, because this is coming soon, right?
Right.
This is a lot of passion and millions of dollars and just a lot of shit that we've been through. But what we want to do is, if you go to brothersbondbourbon.com, brothersbondbourbon.com, you can sign up. And obviously when we're talking about this, this is for people of legal drinking age in your home country, obviously in the United States, if you are 21 years old and you choose to drink alcohol, obviously we would love to have you sign up. If you're outside of the country, if you're legal drinking age in your country, that's the legal stuff I have to say. Really, and I'm going to punch this out on social media right now, brothersbondbourbon.com. Go to it, sign up. We can't wait to send you some cool stuff, and you'll be the first to know about everything. But just share that, and if you guys can sign up, we would love it. Go for it. Do it. We love you, and I cannot wait to raise a glass with you guys.
Awesome.
As we are in production literally right now.
Very cool. Thank you, Ian. And yeah, for those of you, a lot of you watching live, for those of you who are watching later on, just scroll back through this whole panel. Don't miss a beat. There were some amazing charities and projects that were shouted out throughout the panel. So definitely check out all the amazing thing that these gentlemen are doing. Let's give it up one more time. Show us your love out there. Applause, heart emojis, like emojis for Rick Cosnett, David Alpay, Stephen McQueen, Michael Trevino, Zach Roerig, Ian Somerhalder, and Paul Wesley, everybody.
Hey, this is Alex Malari Jr., and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Your Emperor commands it. Thanks for watching.